Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, to bear with me, my dog goes a little bit mental sometimes when I'm doing live. So she's got her head on my lap, which may make me move about the space a little bit. So we're talking about working with your spirit guides and what are your spirit guides, and also tips to connect to your spirit guide. Okay, down. So I'm going to wait a couple of seconds for you to hop on. Feel free to ask your questions in relation to connecting to your spirit guides. Okay, down. Hi, Marsha. Hi, Andrew. So one of the most common questions in terms of spirit guides are, oh, you need one for sure. Well, then, if you haven't accessed it already, I've got a little freebie up on my website called Connecting to Your Spirit Guide. Okay, so after this live, you might just want to pop to my website and download that little, sorry, just get rid of the notifications I got coming through. Access that freebie called Connecting to Your Spirit Guide that takes you through 3 tips on how you can do that. Okay, and I've made them as simple as I possibly can. Basically, I've given the tips that I used myself to connect to Sunny, okay? And it wasn't a really hard process. I hear about people kind of meditating consistently, day in, day out, putting themselves through hours of meditation to connect to their spirit guides and really struggling. When in fact, I didn't really do very much meditation. I probably meditated like a handful of times to connect to Sunny, and I saw him only a few times in meditation. But anyway, I'll go back to the beginning. The difference between connecting to a spirit guide and connecting to, say, loved ones, okay, is your spirit guide. You were assigned to your spirit guide even before you came into this physical body, okay? So your spirit guide has been with you through past lives, okay? They're assigned to you to help you to align with your soul's mission, as it were, your soul's purpose. A lot of the time, okay, your spirit guide has never actually experienced a physical body, okay, a physical human experience. This is so that they can remain egoless, okay, and judgment-free in order to help guide you through the most pressing and most trying and difficult times of your human experience, okay? Because often when we're really, really struggling with an aspect of our human experience, we don't tend to find our way out of that when we're having, sometimes with the best will of someone else, their guidance, okay? Sometimes we need someone to take a step back and encourage us to look for the answers ourselves. And that is often found through pain, okay? I didn't realize that I actually had much of my own strength and compassion and resilience until I was actually left to my own devices, okay? And that is why spirit guides, a lot of the time, they will support you, they will guide you, but they don't give you like direct answers a lot of the time, okay? This is another reason why the other question I get, and that's why I'm going into this, another question I get is, can family members be spirit guides? And it's kind of a yes and no answer. They can guide you in the sense that they can support you and they will watch over you in order to make sure you're okay and to love you and to remind you that you are still supported and loved and guided. But not in the same way as an actual spirit guide, okay, that is there to help you, okay, that has been assigned with you for you since your incarnation on this planet, okay, for your purpose, okay. They are not meant, your family, okay, cannot be a spirit guide to you because they have ego, okay. They experienced the human experience, so they have memories that have ego attached to it, okay. So it's a little bit, and when you're remembering memories connected to your family members, even though they're past, it's going to have some of that ego attached to it, which could influence then your decision making, okay, and your connection to your intuition. And that is why family members are very rarely spirit guides, okay. They have to do their own kind of up leveling, as it were, okay, in the spirit world before they can become spirit guides, okay. So I have heard it happen, but it's rare. They have to get to a very high level of spiritual enlightenment up there. The way that I've been shown it is it's a bit like a tier system. So I've got so many notifications coming through and I can't, should have turned them off before I came on. Oh, hi, Lisa. Hello, Sophie. So the purpose of, that's just a really brief description of the difference between why family aren't your spirit guide, okay? Why have I frozen? My computer is really having some jelly beans today. What your spirit guide is, the difference between why family don't necessarily tend to be spirit guides, okay? And why your spirit guide is, okay? I really should have had more tea today. I don't know if anybody else is having a funny day. I hope someone else is. Hi, Becky, my lovely. Right, so tips for connecting to your spirit guides. Okay, the first one that most people know about is meditation. Okay, you can do guided meditations. You don't have to do guided ones. You can just sit in silence and allow yourself to just zone out. I call meditation a fancy word for daydreaming, okay? You literally just want to allow yourself to become in a really relaxed state and just zone out, okay? There are loads and loads and loads of guided meditations on YouTube that you can access in order to connect to your spirit guide, okay? But one that I like clients to use themselves aren't guided. It's purely it's purely connecting without the interference of anybody talking to you or anything like that. Because the thing that I have with guided meditations is they are useful if you're new to it, but sometimes they can like make you doubt your own intuition, okay? They can make you doubt sometimes your own connection, all right? So if you're new to this, a little tip that I tend to give people is choose something to focus on in a room or on a wall, okay? You might want to light a candle and focus on the light of the candle, okay, that's flickering. Or you might want to focus on a clock that's ticking, okay? And that clock that's ticking and the noise will help you to daydream, okay? Get a pen and paper and just write at the top of that piece of paper, hello to my spirit guide, or welcome spirit guide, okay? It doesn't really matter what you write at the top, but you want something that's welcoming, okay? And set a timer for something that doesn't feel too long, but feels really comfortable to you. So if you are a person that struggles to sit still, okay, I would start with just 2 minutes, okay? And you want to allow yourself to focus on this object, okay? And with pen in hand, place it on the paper, and as you're allowing yourself to just zone out, okay, write down whatever comes to mind. Now, I've done this with my 10-year-old, okay? And because she got into that space of just waiting, okay, for her spirit guide to just send her whatever messages that she was waiting to come through, okay? And because she wasn't putting pressure on herself to just stay still, and she knew that she could write whatever images came through, okay, whatever sensations came through, whatever feelings came through, okay, then the more communication actually came about, okay? Because sometimes if you're a very, very busy person and you're very action orientated, sitting still to meditate, okay, can bring about a bit of resistance, okay? And you end up twitching and feeling really unrelaxed. And if you're building up resistance, okay, that's actually going to build a wall in front of you and your spirit guide, okay? Because actually communication between you and your spirit guide is only going to happen if your vibration is increased, okay? Your energy needs to basically dial in to the energetic frequency of their vibration, okay? Because your spirit loved ones, your spirit guides, okay, their frequency, if you like, their vibrational counterpoint is much higher than ours, okay? Because they don't have any of that ego to worry about. They have none of that human experience to worry about that's attached to ego, okay? So we basically have to tune in our energy to theirs, which means helping ourselves get relaxed, increasing our vibration, and tuning out of fear and ego, okay? And resistance, okay, feeling like uncomfortable, is actually a form of fear, okay? Fear is like the umbrella term for all those icky feelings, okay? So when you're writing, because it's a form of action, okay, you're not placing so much pressure on yourself to just be at one, as it were, okay? So allow yourself to write whatever thoughts, feelings, images come through, okay? And you can even say it out loud. Let me know what it is I need to know from you. What is your name? You can write any questions down as well that you have for your spirit guide. Hello, Alyssa. So you might want to write down, good morning, my love. You can write down any questions that you have for your spirit guide before you go into meditation, okay? And then as you're just basically zoning out, focusing on your object with pen in hand, just allow anything that comes through to be put onto the paper, okay? And do that for the length of time that you've set this timer for, okay? And that's just one form of meditation that I use for connecting to my spirit guide, and one that I've used with my daughter as well. So, and it works. I mean, thankfully, I mean, it's beautiful. She's now just started the connection to her spirit guide. We know that it's a she, and she has a name for her, which is lovely, and she knows what she looks like. So it's definitely worked for her. And she's only 10, my daughter's 10. So it's lovely that she's now got that connection because of that method as well. So the next one, and this is my favorite tip, okay, for connecting to your spirit guide, okay? And it is by far the easiest, and it's the one that actually helps to develop all your clair abilities, okay? And when I talk about clair abilities, I'm talking about the senses by which we connect to spirit, okay? And that is clairvoyance, so how you see spirit, okay? That's all imagination. So when they're showing you pictures in your mind's eye and also outside of yourself, okay? How you see spirit and images outside of yourself, okay? Don't discount it if you see it in your mind's eye, okay? This includes memories as well, okay? Clairaudience, okay? So hearing, And you may hear things through other people, hear things in your experiences as well. And that also means how you hear things within your mind as well, and your own inner voice. That's also clairaudience. Okay, I'm just quickly going through the different clairs before I talk about this specific tip, okay? So I just want to talk about how it will develop these clair abilities, okay? But there's no point in talking about how it will help your clair abilities if you don't know what clairs are. So, and sometimes people get like a ringing in their ear, like a buzzing in their ear, like, oh, what's that? What's that? And actually sometimes there won't, and I think I'm saying this because Alyssa, you're reminding me of it, is there won't actually be no specific meaning. It's just they want your attention, they want you to focus on your own inner voice, and they're just literally just trying to get you to wake up to what is going on around you at that present moment in time. Okay. Funnily enough, my ear's going now. Then the next one is claircognizance. Okay, and claircognizance is when spirit will communicate to you through your intuition, through your mind as well. I joke that it's like a form of telepathy as well. You will have this nudge, this knowing. Okay, you will know something, but you won't know why. But you know without a shadow of a doubt that you have to do something, or you will know something about someone else, okay, regardless of whether you know them or not, or you will know something about a situation, okay, that will lead you to take some form of action, okay, or not, okay. It's that inner knowing, it's that clear knowing, okay, that gut instinct, okay, gut instinct, okay. And intuition is related to claircognizance, okay? And then we've got clairsentience, all right? And that is clear feeling, okay? So when you're picking up the physical feelings, and this is really similar as well. I mean, empaths are very claircognizant and clairsentient, okay? So clairsentience is when you're picking up feelings in your physical body. So you can basically feel what someone else is feeling. Sometimes you won't even know if it's their energy or your energy, okay? Because your energy is very open. That's why it's really important for empaths to do grounding and protection techniques, okay? And the best protection techniques are, I'll save this for another live, are self-care, keeping your vibration at a beautiful, loving level, okay? Doesn't mean to say you have to keep it perfect, but it's making that level beautiful for you, okay? And loving on yourself as much as what you possibly can, okay? So clairsentience is feeling other people's feelings, energy through your physical body. So I remember once when I was like one of the first ever readings I had, when I realized I was clairsentient, was I said to the lady, my hips are really hurting, my hips are really aching. I feel like I just need to say that to you. And she said, yeah, I suffer from arthritis in my hips. And I was baffled by that. And I was only just kind of starting out back then. And later I looked up and realized that was clairsentience. Anyway, we kind of digressed there, but oh, hi, Lena. So as you're working with your spirit guide, okay, all of those abilities will undoubtedly be strengthened and heightened, okay? And if you're already tuned in to those abilities, it will actually be easier, much easier for you to connect to your spirit guide. It will, okay? Even if you can't quite put a label on those abilities that you have yet, okay? If you can just believe that you actually are recognizing that you have that ability, you will be able to connect to your spirit guide, you will. So the second tip is to use all of these senses in order to connect to your spirit guide. And the way that you can use all of these senses is to chat to your spirit guide as if they were the neighbor next door, or as if they were your other half, or as if they were like a friend coming to visit you. Because when you're literally talking to yourself as if you've got like an imaginary friend, okay, you're using your clairaudience. So you're talking and then you're listening back. So you're using your clairaudience. So you're waiting for like a response. But whilst you're doing that, you're also waiting to see, am I going to see anything back in my mind's eye? What am I feeling? How does this feel? That's strengthening up your clairsentience. Okay, what's my gut telling me now? Okay, what's my first thought in response to the questions that I'm possibly asking and what I'm saying? That's claircognizance. Okay. So just don't underestimate having conversations, even in your mind, to your spirit guide can have in terms of not only connecting, talking to your spirit guide, but also strengthening up your clair abilities in general. Okay, so you really want to get talking, okay, and about anything. Okay, you don't have to ask the open questions, all right, but they're really good because they allow you to wait, be open-minded, and surrender to the process of connection. Okay, and they allow your spirit guides to then show you different signs of their communication and connection, okay, through your clairvoyance, your clairsentience, the way you feel, your claircognizance, so those like nudges that you will get through your intuition, okay, and that inner knowing, okay, and possible clairaudience, so sounds. You know, and people have heard me say before, sometimes if I'm shopping on my own, I will say in my head, you know, oh, Sunny, what do you think of this? You know, should I get these flowers or should I get those flowers? But like one of the most regular times I will actually call upon Sunny is when something that isn't pleasing to me is happening. Okay, so for example, when I've had an argument with my other half, and so I'm not stepping into being defensive or I'm not stepping into being reactionary, I will say, okay, Sunny, what do I need to do? And I will wait before going into my ego and possibly taking an action that just doesn't benefit the situation. Okay, and that constant talking to him inside, you know, inside my head, okay, is what has developed our connection. Okay, it hasn't just been the meditation alone. Okay, the third tip, okay, for me is journaling. So writing how it feels to have this relationship with Sunny. Okay, so it's a bit like manifesting. You know how you write your story of abundance and how you want to see your future, okay, so that you're creating your own reality. Okay, and then you pin it somewhere so that you can read it every single day in order to bring it into your reality. Okay, you can do exactly the same with your spirit guide. Okay, oh yeah, journaling, and I will say that it is a lifesaver, most definitely. And I'm going to go back up to your first question, Lena. I will do, definitely. So I will write, oh, it feels really good connecting to Sunny. We've got a really good relationship, and I will write in there all about his personality and say how the messages that I received from him and how that made me feel and how his messages made other people feel. Because he works through me, I'm literally a channel. It's not coming from me, it's coming from him. So I have to give the respect to him, even when I'm writing. And then I'm asking the questions in my journal as well. What do I need to know from him? What do I want to know from him? I'm writing my gratitude for him within my journal as well. And then the conversations that I might have had in my head with him that day, I'm writing that in my journal as well. Because as you're writing, okay, you will start to see your spirit guide. You will start to feel your spirit guide. You will start to hear your spirit guide. You may not have all these clear abilities start to kick in, okay, but you will get one or two of them start to kind of, it's like a light being switched on, okay? You'll get it switched on with one of them or more, okay? It literally helps you to tune in to that part of you, okay? Right. Lena, I would love to connect to my spirit guides better. I was told last night I have an older sister who is one of my guides. So yeah, like I was saying at the beginning of the live, family don't tend to be spirit guides. The answer to our family spirit guides are a bit like a yes and no. They guide you in the sense that they're there to support you and to look after you, and to remind you that they are there in times of when you need comfort, okay? But the spirit guide that we refer to help us with soul purpose and enlightenment and growth, okay, to move us literally up spiritual enlightenment, okay, they have never actually been in what we would call a physical body, okay, because it's important for them to be removed from ego to help us in the way that we need to be helped, okay. And the beautiful thing is we have so many helpers. We have like our soul purpose spirit guides, okay? It's like our coach in the sky, as I like to call it. And then we've got our loved ones that are supporting us as well and guiding us. So the fact that we have so many spiritual support systems guiding us in all these different ways, it's like we've got such a huge network of love and support. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So family are a spirit guide in a sense, but not in the way that we mean in terms of bringing us to spiritual enlightenment and soul purpose, okay? Family are there to guide us for comfort more than anything. Oh, I love that, dream team. Yeah, that's a lovely way to describe it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so each spirit has their own role, if you like. They have their own role. So I like to think of spirit guides in the sense that I'm talking about as a coach. They are a coach, okay, a mentor, okay? And often mentors, coaches, they don't give you the answers, but they give you the tools for you to discover the answers for yourself, okay? Because essentially that is what helps you to grow. Whereas family, okay, yes, they love you and they want to support you and they will guide you, but because they're also consumed by their own experiences and perceptions, they will do it from that and that alone, but they do it from a well-meaning place. But it doesn't mean to say that they're not there to guide you in their own sense of the word, okay? Oh, morning, Terry. So the three main tips, and I went over briefly as well about clear abilities, the three main tips for connecting to your spirit guide, and this is written in a freebie that you can download and print off as well on my website, so go to that after as well, is meditation, Okay, you can access meditations off YouTube, or the one that I like to give, okay, is focusing on an object. Okay, set a timer for 2 minutes, focus on an object and allow yourself to literally relax, zone out, and write on a piece of paper anything that comes to mind. Okay, any pictures that come to mind, feelings you get, words, thoughts, absolutely anything. Okay, even smells. Okay. Oh, Terry, my love, I'm not doing readings. I'm talking about how you can connect to your spirit guide, my love, okay? So that's the first one. Then the second one we've got is talk to your spirit guide, okay? Imagine they're like a constant imaginary friend, if you like, okay? Talk to them. Be very open-minded to how that communication, those signs of connection are coming through, okay? Pay attention to all of your senses, okay? Because the thing is, spirit don't just communicate and connect to you through just one sense, okay? We use all our senses. But the thing is, if you're only thinking that you're going to see your spirit guide and they're trying to connect to you through, say, your clairaudience, your hearing, you're going to be missing out on a lot of connection, okay? So that's why it's really, really important to stay open-minded to how they choose to communicate with you. Oh, no worries, Terry, my lovely. You'll have to excuse what it says on my mug. I just literally grabbed one for a cup of tea, but I don't drink beer. And then the third one is to get that journal out and write down how it feels, okay, to have a really positive, loving, supportive relationship with your spirit guide. What does that feel like to you? What does it look like to you? Even if you don't have one yet, okay, imagine it up. Because as you're doing that, I'm writing your questions to your spirit guide as well that you want answered. As you're doing that, you will start to get that connection with your spirit guide happen. Okay, writing is a really powerful form of inspiration and connection. Okay, and the thing is, spirit absolutely put the flags out, clap, throw a party when you are inspired, when you feel connected to yourself, when you feel at peace with yourself, when you are doing everything you possibly can for you, okay? They absolutely love it when you are just finding whatever way you possibly can to be at one with yourself, okay? So get that journal out because it's a really healthy, positive way to just self-care, okay? So that's the 3 tips to connect to your spirit guide, okay, with a brief download on what each of your clairs are. Okay, and if you're just hopping on now, okay, you might want to just take a look back, catch it on the replay, okay? And if you do ask any questions in the comments, then I can always go back over those as well. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind doing that. Hello, Danielle, my love. So that's just a brief teaching session on connecting to your spirit guide. I love teaching about spirit guides, probably because I have a lovely relationship with Sunny, who's mine. And I'm actually going to ask my own coach to come in here at some point and do like an interview with me about her relationship with her spirit guide and to take your questions, because I've only been connected to my spirit guide for it'd be about 2 years now, and compared to some people that's actually not very long, because she's been with her spirit guide since she was 14, and that's I think 16 years for her. So she has a very, very deep, profound communication with her spirit guide. So I would love for you to be able to listen to her and really feel inspired to connect to yours, because when you have that relationship, even when you are having the most darkest of times, okay, and you're really wondering how you're going to get yourself out of a hole, as it were, you know that you will be all right. You have that constant reassurance in the background. You have that constant support. And it's lovely to have that. It's kind of, it's like the universe has your back, and you know the universe has your back, okay, in the form of your spirit guide, and it's lovely. So pay attention to the signs that your spirit guide gives you, okay, because they will be unique to you, and you can ask for a specific one as well. Oh yes, I'm so glad you said that, Lisa, because actually I keep meaning to do it, and I just haven't got around to doing it yet, but I did put a post up a week ago. Was I want to bring in guest speakers for those that just want to share their story and their gifts and just give some value and some inspiration in some shape or form. So I want to bring someone in just once a week who wants to do that. So yes, PM me, definitely. That would be great. You've reminded me to do that post again and get going with that, definitely. Yes, because you are incredible. You are absolutely, your channeling is amazing. Anyway, I've got to go before the dinner boils over. I can hear bubbling, the saucepans on the stove. So I need to go and sort tea out before it all burns, and then nobody will be very happy with me if they have burnt food. Anyway, lots of love, everybody, and I will be back on tomorrow discussing the difference between how you know if you're connected to an entity, an energy from the light, and one that isn't. Okay. Anyway, lots of love, everybody, and bye for now.